It's a lot of work. I think one of the best things I learned was time management because, especially first year, you have usually like 4 classes. They're very heavy, like just a lot of workload, a lot of writing and researching and just a lot of outlining where you're just reviewing over everything you've learned. So I think one of the great things at my school, there's an academic success program where they have tutors for every class, and I spoke with my tutor like every week, and they did hypos and helped me with practice tests and questions. So I would definitely emphasize doing that. And if you have friends, having group studies would be really helpful too. That's for first year. Second year, I would definitely you have more options, so you can actually like do extracurriculars and externships. But definitely take advantage of being part of a clinic where you actually get to advocate for a client, or doing like a research assistant position for a professor, getting to really know what they specialize in. I think extracurriculars, especially your second and third year, really help you stand out, especially with the legal economy. It's really hard to get a job in this time and age. So yeah.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, I'm a third year and it's coming to an end now pretty soon. I'm excited about that, but I can honestly say that it's been a very positive experience for me. So the first year of school is very structured, very rigid. You have to take a bunch of required classes, such as contracts, criminal law, constitutional law, and so on. But after that, you really have a lot of room to kind of mold your own experience. And if you take the initiative, you can really take advantage of a lot of different opportunities and really get a great chance to grow. For example, most law schools offer a lot of clinics. You can go out and do like practice with a criminal lawyer, or maybe there's like immigrants' rights clinics, workers' rights clinics, for instance. So there are opportunities are there, and once you go to law school, you just have to go out and seek them yourself. If you want to do a lot of research, if you're interested in research, you can just talk to your professor, maybe become a research assistant. As an intern, I know people who have interned for every semester after their first year, whether at a court or another firm. So I mean, it's been great for me. I've built a lot of great relationships with friends, with professors, and going in, it was definitely very scary. But I think if you just kind of take it day by day, then you'll be fine. You won't get too overwhelmed.
So yeah, to echo what everyone else said, I think almost all law schools are pretty similar in terms of like at least your first year. You take all like the similar classes like con law, contracts, torts, things like that. And then when you don't get to choose any of your classes at all, like you don't get to choose your professors. And then second year is when you finally get to kind of like create your own path. And I think for me, it was I really suggest that you really take control of your classes. Like you don't just go into the classes that folks tell you to take, like all the bar classes, but you really take the classes that you think are going to allow you to grow. And so I was trying to focus this year really on skills development. And so last semester I took a clinic, it's called the Individual Representation Clinic. And in that I was actually had my own clients and I was representing them in administrative hearings and also in superior court. It was a lot and I kind of felt unprepared, but I think they trust you a lot and you have a lot of guidance the whole time because you become a certified law student and you're working under the bar number or the guidance of actual attorneys, but you're actually doing the work yourself. And I think the skills that I learned being to advocate for a client, learning just like procedurally how to be a representative was really helpful, and that's probably going to be like one of the biggest, most important experiences of my law school career. And then there's also extracurriculars that you can do that can help build your skills. So there's like negotiations teams where they have competitions where you negotiate and get points for being pleasant and like being like a good negotiator. I'm also doing something called moot court, which is kind of like a pretend court where you're given this long problem and you have to write a brief for it, and then you have to argue all the different sides. And so I really think that doing those types of activities has been one of the most helpful experiences of law school. So, how do you suggest?
So adding